Good morning everyone. Traffic seems a bit slow today. There's some roadworks up front and I can't overtake anyone. This is too narrow here. Maybe right now. Spot of overtakeage. Right, so bright and sunny this morning and perfect opportunity to try out some of the new features of my Insta360 ONE R. Thank you, sir. And when I say new features, I mean the new features that were added by the recent firmware upgrade that Insta360 launched a few days ago. So the last time I put a video was just a very short video that I did at 50 frames per second. So there were I think 11 new upgrades with the new firmware. One of them was that they added, that was much requested actually, they added a 50 FPS or frames per second frame rate to the 4K video module and to the 1 inch as well. So we can now film 4K at 50 frames per second. That is one of the things that I voted on. Actually, it was the thing that I voted on when Insta360 put out a survey asking what users wanted with a new firmware upgrade, and that was one of the things. And the other thing that I'm testing today is, and that little video that I put up the other day was me filming at 50 frames per second 4K. Today I'm shooting at 25 frames per second. That's kind of my favorite frame rate, 4K. But I'm testing one of the most exciting things that they added. I didn't think of it when I was thinking about the list of my favorite additions to the firmware upgrades. But it's sharpness. So the GoPros have that setting where you can set the sharpness to high, medium and low, I think. And Insta360 added that to the Insta360 ONE R. And now we have 4 options. The very high brightness or the super high brightness, I don't remember the name, and then you have high, medium and low. So today I'm recording at 25 frames per second, 4K, low sharpness. Let's see how this goes. As usual, I have the EV compensation set to -1 and the color profile set to vivid, because that's something else they changed with the upgrade. So the vivid color profile already existed, but apparently they tweaked it to make it more natural. And I have to say that comparing it to the GoPro, I have a GoPro Hero 6, which is quite old now. Comparing it to the GoPro, I think that I prefer the GoPro's color science to the Insta. But when I set the EV compensation to -1, it's not that bright and the colors are not that shocking or artificial. That combined with the low sharpness, I think will produce a good image. Well, you must be so you can judge it by yourselves. You're looking at it right now. And the other thing I'm doing is testing another change or update that they made to the firmware, and that has to do with the external microphone. So originally I have a video that I recorded using the external microphone, and to be honest, I thought that it was a problem at the time, I thought it was a problem with the microphone. Because it was the sound was too hissy, and it was kind of not clipping, but almost clipping at some point. But turns out it had to do with the software that uses with the firmware, the way that it uses the external microphone adapter, which is a teeny tiny thing that compared to GoPro's big brick that they call a microphone adapter, this one's teeny tiny and very cheap. It's only £10 I think, compared to the £50 that GoPro charge for their adapter. But anyway, I digress. They upgraded the firmware on that as well, and they claim, and I've seen quite a few reviews on YouTube, and the sound is much better now. So I have my external microphone, my lavalier microphone, plugged into the camera right now, and let's see how this comes out. So right now, I have no idea what this combination of settings and things is going to work out. But, well, you're watching it, so you can judge it yourselves. And the good thing about this road that I do is that there are many scenarios or situations like this one where we have a high dynamic range, so you got lots of shades or lots of shadows. The darks are dark, the brights are very bright, and I'd like to see how the camera reacts to that. The first video that I published at 50 frames per second, it was very, very nice, in my opinion, when I used the -1 EV compensation. So if the sharpness setting set to low works out well at 25 frames per second, then I think I have a winning combo. Yeah. And that frees up my Zoom H2N external microphone that I normally use to record the sound. That frees it up to record the external sound, so the engine noise or the exhaust noise, on a separate what's it called, soundtrack, and then combine the both when I'm editing, which is very, very good, I think. And also it avoids the faff of having to sync up the sound from the Zoom H1N or H2N, sorry, with the camera, so that I can have synced video and sound. It's a bit of a faff, especially when you're filming with more than one camera. So that's it, really. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you have, or give it a thumbs down if you haven't. Leave a comment downstairs on the comment section. And I hope to see you on my next one. Until then, ta-ra!